It's been a very tough day. My recollections of Olivia is she was a wonderful person and artist. And one must remember that she was bigger than Beyonce in her day. You know, she had #1 singles, albums, 4 Grammys, and #1 movies, and the humility in that person and the giving of the giving nature of Olivia is beyond special. And I'm a great admirer of her work ethic in using the cancer she had turned it from a negative to a positive, and trying to raise funds to build hospitals and wellness centers and all that. And she thought of everybody else besides herself. She put herself last most of the time. And she was a wonderful musician to work with, like really precise, really brilliant musician, brilliant with harmonies, and a beautiful voice and personality too.
And you heard from her in the last few weeks.
Yes. About 3 weeks ago, she left a message on my phone. It was very chirpy as usual, all sunshine and roses, and said, "Hi, Chong-yi, it's Livy here. Remember, we used to work together." That was how sweet she was. And there was no inkling that she was sick. And unfortunately, I was very busy preparing for the Commonwealth Games ceremonies, and I thought I would call her when everything was over, like it was going to be today. I was going to have a cup of tea and have a little chin wag with her. But unfortunately, not to be. Yeah.
Oh, that unanswered missed call from a loved one is something that's happened to many, many people. So try not to be too hard on yourself for that. You spent a decade working with her. What was she like to tour with?
She was fantastic. In 1998, I toured Australia with her and John Farnham and Anthony Wallow in the main event concert tour. And after that, she took myself and the band to America, and we played at the Holy Grail, Las Vegas, and she took us to many places in America, and we performed, and she was a brilliant performer and a very sensitive human being and performer as well. And it was such a pleasure to work with her. You know, she was beautiful inside and out. What a special person she was.
And how did fans respond to her when she performed?
They go crazy. When we did that tour, it was the first tour in about 25 years or something. So the fans were crazy for her, and we had standing ovation every night. But the first concert, she was petrified because she had been stalked. You know, it's well reported that she had been stalked in her home in Malibu, and she was really afraid that that person would turn up. And she fought all her fears and performed beautifully. And after that, we went on an extensive tour, and it was the most wonderful time we ever had.
Yeah, so you talked earlier about her cancer diagnosis and how she turned a negative into a positive.
Yes.
You started working with her in the wake of that diagnosis later on in the 1990s, when she also had gone through a divorce. How difficult a time was it for her?
It was extremely difficult, but she was always sunshine and roses. Always, you would not know that she had a headache or anything. She kept going and had the British resolve of keep calm and keep going. And I was at the trenches with her right from the start. We would play in really rich people's houses in Turek, and we would raise money for building her wellness center. And she would, you know, auction off her gold, you know, her top songs like "I Honestly Love You" and "Hopelessly Devoted to You." She would auction them off to the highest bidder, and she would sing at their dinner or at the houses. And she started with those small amounts, and she built it into the Olivia Newton-John Wellness Centre at the Austin Hospital in Melbourne. It's an incredible achievement.